Hello, beautiful humans. I'm inviting you to join me for this practice that I moved through yesterday morning. It'll be an introduction to sun salutation, so you won't necessarily need any props. Just make yourself as comfortable as you can. Again, if you want to come outside onto the bare earth or a blanket or a mat, you're welcome to. Just find yourself standing comfortably, and when you're ready, inhale, slow breathe your arms up overhead, palms together, and then exhale them down by your sides. Do that again. Inhale, slow, stretch up, let your shoulders come up. Exhale, enjoy the shoulders back and down. Just do that once more. Inhale, breathe in, expand your lungs and ribs. Exhale, arms to your sides. We'll keep adding on now. Slow inhale, your arms up. Linger in that supported stretch. Exhale, slow fold forward. Lead with your heart. Let your head relax down if that's comfortable for you. And then lift halfway as you breathe in. Strong, straight spine. Knees can bend. Exhale to slow fold. You don't have to fold very deep. Inhale, lift halfway from wherever you were. Exhale, slow fold just to comfort, safety for you. Maybe once more. Inhale, lift halfway. Strong, straight spine. Draw in around the waist. Exhale, slow to fold. Head heavy. If that feels okay, step your left foot all the way back in a strong lunge. So you're on the ball of that back foot. You're strong in your legs and core here. Get a little lighter on your hands and breathe deeply. If you need to drop your knee sooner, you can. Otherwise, stay in that strong strength and stretch for another breath. And then you can rock a little forward and back on the ball of that back foot. And then drop the back knee down when you're ready. Breathe your arms up. Exhale to round like cat. Inhale, open, heart lifts. Exhale to round. Once more, inhale, open. Exhale to round. Come all the way back upright. Right hand to the right leg. Breathe your left arm up and over. So a great big side bend to the right. And then we'll come into a twist. So left hand low, right hand high. Breathing here. You can stay on that back knee or you can lift up off of that back knee. Lean back, reach back, and then up overhead if you want to explore some movement here. Another breath. And then lift all the way up and back to reverse that. So remember your back knee can be lifted or lowered. Left arm high, right arm relaxes behind you. And then bring both hands all the way down. You're going to step the right limbs back into the sky. So come onto that left knee and left hand, side plank modified. Tuck that left side in. Lengthen front, back, and both sides. Supported core, big breath. If you want to bend that right knee, reach back for the foot, you can. That might be quite a challenge to your balance. So wherever you're at is just fine in that supported side plank. And then you're going to bring all four limbs back to the ground. Start to move through some cat and cow. So exhale to round your spine. Inhale to extend your spine, leaning forward and back a bit with it. You can start to circle your spine around. So you're rounding as you either go forward or back, and then extending as you move the other way, and then change direction. Just move really organically in your own body. Inhale, spine extends, heart lifts. Exhale, spine rounds, flexes. Stretch your jaw, roll your eyes, move in whatever ways your body seems to need. Side bending a bit, leaning and lingering back in child's pose. And just when you're ready, come all the way forward onto your belly. Let yourself relax here all the way down. Lift your head and heart, roll your shoulders up, back and down. Reach your arms straight back. Tuck your chin to lengthen the back and sides of the neck. Stretching back through fingertips, maybe squeeze and lift the feet, maybe interlace hands, squeeze and lift the arms. You can always just reach arms and legs straight back, or bend your knees, reach back for your feet if this is accessible to you. Back body strength, Only move as far as is comfortable for you. When you're ready, relax all the way down with your upper body. Rock feet side to side. Linger with them to one side for a few breaths and then to switch. And if it feels better just to let your legs go both out straight, you're welcome to do that instead. Remembering that just laying flat here is such a huge counter stretch to all the time we have to spend sitting. Such a wonderful gift to be able to rest down on our bellies. If you want, you could prop up on your forearms into Sphinx pose. When you're ready, make your way to a plank. If you want to wake up some of that core strength, so you could always just sink your hips back to child's pose, or you could stretch up and back to downward facing dog. Hips go up and back, so you make this upside down V shape. Press into the earth with the arms and hands. Lift your hips, slow pedal walk your feet, alternating bending one knee and then the other. Relax your head down heavy. Stay here for as many breaths as feels right to you. And then eventually your left foot's going to step forward and then come all the way up to that high crescent lunge. So bend both knees a bit, get really strong in your legs and core. Breathe your arms up and overhead into some big windmills. So big shoulder circles, big windmills. Now, later in the video, I'm going to forget to walk you through this on the other side, but you'll get the chance to do it on the other side when I do a headstand. So you're eventually going to twist to the left, right arm up or behind the head, left arm relaxes behind. And then you're going to bring all the hands back down, step the back foot up, inhale, lift about halfway, exhale to fold, and then inhale all the way up, reach up, exhale, hands back down to your sides. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms up overhead. Linger in that breath and that supported stretch. When you're ready, exhale. Heart leads as you dive forward with a straight spine fold just to comfort for you. On the bottom of that exhale, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Right foot's going to step back. So get strong in the legs and core, light on the hands here. Hips go low, heart goes a little higher. Maybe rock forward and back on the ball of that right foot, that back foot. Planting strong through the front left foot. Come back to your breath, and when you're ready, right knee, back knee drops down. Breathe your arms back as you inhale, round as you exhale. So inhale, open up. Exhale, hug like you're hugging a big beach ball or teddy bear. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open, and exhale to round. Come back up as you breathe in, and then left hand to the left leg, right arm up and over. Make sure that right knee is comfortable with the weight on the ground. Bending to the left, so stretching gently into that right side body here, breathing all the while. Lifting through the heart, strong still in the legs and core. And then when you're ready, into that twist, right hand low, left hand high. Now, don't collapse into that right shoulder. Get lighter on that right hand. Really stretch between the fingers and the palm. Breathe deeply here. And then rise all the way on up and back to reverse it. Right hand high, left hand behind. Side plank modified. So left leg steps back, left arm to the sky. You can be on that right palm or right fist if you need. If you want to bend that left knee, reach back. That's a pretty advanced variation. If you have the strength and balance for it, you're welcome to experiment with that. Otherwise, you could keep that left foot even at the back of the mat, touch down. When you're ready, all four limbs come back down. You can move through cat and cow. Inhale, spine extends, hips and heart lift. Exhale, spine rounds into cat. And then stand all the way up on the knees here for a supported back bend. Stand on the knees strong like you're standing on 2 feet, and then maybe slip hands into your imaginary back pockets or turn fingertips to the sky on your hips or low back. Heart lifts, back body squeezes. So draw in around the waist and really only go up and back as far as you can, breathing and supported. Take as many breaths there as you like, and then puppy pose. Walk your arms out ahead of you, bring prayer hands together and bend arms so hands come behind the head. Now you can sink your hips back behind your knees a little farther. Let your head and heart rest down. Walk your elbows in a little closer together and a little farther forward to really get comfortable in this stretch. And if it feels like too much pressure in your upper body, let your hips sink back inch by inch until you can really relax and let your torso kind of hammock here, breath into all that space. Letting your head rest heavy. Just when you're ready, you can extend your arms all the way back out, and then make your way slowly all the way back onto your belly. For Sphinx pose, propped up on your forearms so your elbows are right under your shoulders, fingers stretched wide, palms out. You can let your shoulders kind of sink up towards your ears, and head can lift or it can drop down, but heart stays lifted up and forward. Even if the shoulders kind of sag a bit, even if the head drops. If this doesn't feel good to your low back, you want to draw in around the waist and press down into the mat with your legs and arms. You can stay in the Sphinx pose, or you can relax all the way down to rest head on hands. Or if you want to take this stretch a little further, wake up that back body strength. So see if you can lift up off of your arms with some of that weight. And if you want to explore coming into seal, you'll turn your fingers out and kind of use back body strength to lift yourself up here. So not really pressing with the arms much. And everybody's built different, so that back bend may or may not feel good to you. If you want to relax all the way down with your head heavy then, and reach back for either one or both feet. If they're not accessible, you could always grab your pants or wrap a sock or strap around one foot. You could stretch one leg at a time or reach back kind of loosely for them both. That quadricep stretch in front of the hips, front of the torso and belly. Get some big stretches here, just being still, breathing or moving in a way that feels nourishing to you. We're really taking some time and patience and plenty of breath here in this stretch. And then just super slowly, whenever you're ready, coming up onto your forearms and into a forearm plank to turn that deep spinal strength, core strength on again. So really draw in around your waist, lengthen your spine. Just get as long and strong here as you can. You could always have knees lifted or lowered. Just a few breaths in that forearm plank, and then dolphin pose. Hips go up and back, heart opens. So you could bend your knees a bit or pedal them. And you could always just rest back down into child's pose or hang out, stretching your shoulders in that dolphin pose. And then just whenever you're ready, you could melt into child's pose to relax, or come to your belly to relax, or come into that lunge on the second side, y'all. If you want to step your right leg forward and come into that high crescent runner's lunge, right leg forward, left leg back, and then lifting all the way up and windmilling your arms. So remember that lunge with big windmill arms on the first side. Go for doing that here on this second side, unless by chance a super safe headstand practice is already in your wheelhouse. If you did that lunge, you can slowly make your way out of that whenever you want. If you want to get upside down and enjoy the benefits of inversion without doing a headstand, you could just lay on your back and take your feet straight up to the sky. So if you lay on your mat on your back and take your legs straight up to the sky and circle your ankles and wrists a bunch of times, breathing there, you'll get all those benefits of the inversion. So if you're on your back, you could stay in that or hug your knees in. If you're in the lunge still, perhaps, or some other shape, you might come into child's pose for a few breaths. And just taking all the time that you need to check in with yourself, to move in whatever ways you might feel like you need to. And if you want to find your way into a child's pose variation here, you can take your knees super wide, maybe even feet a little bit wide, and really extend the arms and fingertips out and rest your head down. And let your belly breathe in that space. Let your belly rest and relax and get soft. And this restful child's pose shape feels pretty good for a lot of people a lot of times, but not for everybody always. So if it feels alright, you can take the twist, thread one arm under and across, and then the other hand can become a pillow, or you can walk it forward or drape it down along your side. And if this child's pose shape doesn't feel right to you, or the twist, you can simply sit up tall and just stretch one arm across the front of your chest. So you can imagine how just that seated stretch with the arm across could be a simple alternative. Switching sides of that twist or stretch, just whenever you're ready, and just taking some time to breathe or move in whatever ways you may need. That might be different than what I'm cueing here or doing on the video. Just really honoring yourself in the practice, getting to know yourself and what you need. And whenever you're ready, no rush of course, you can make your way all the way over around onto your back, and maybe hug your knees in and start to massage your low back and sacrum. So with knees gently hugged in, whether you use your arms or not, you could circle the knees around, really focusing on getting heavy in the hips and head and spine to massage that lowest part of your back. Circling these around. Maybe if there's a spot that's a little sore, you could linger there. And breathing, taking your time. If it feels like you want to stretch all the way out, you can, or hug your right knee in, and then either bend your left knee to plant your foot, or you can stretch that leg all the way out, but really soften all over as best you can and take some deep breaths here. Soften your toes and just putting a little healthy pressure on that right side of our digestive tract. Let your shoulders and head relax, and then take that right knee up and over across your body with your left hand just to comfort. It might hover in space kind of high or come closer to the ground. You can reach your right arm to the right, take a breath, linger there as long as you want, and take your time to just switch sides when you're ready. So when you come out, start alternating hugging one knee in and stretching the other leg out. Now you could use your hands for this or not, but start to link this movement to your breath. So inhale, one leg out, other knee in, and then switch on your exhale. So inhale in the stretch, exhale to switch. Start pedaling the feet like a bicycle here, either forward or back. And you could use the arms or just relax them. So we're waking up some deep core spinal strength here. Inhale, really hug one knee in as you stretch the other leg out. Switch on your breath out. And then just start tapping slow the feet down, alternating. And try to keep your low back really connected to the earth. Stay drawn in around your waist and relax your upper body. So try to relax your jaw, your teeth, your tongue, your shoulders, and then big slow bicycling movements forward and backwards. You could do that for as long as you want, and then just when you're ready, rest in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle, soles of the feet together, legs to the ground. You can tuck heels in close or slide feet forward. Make sure your low back feels comfortable. You could lift and lower your hips once. Take some deep breaths here in this big stretch. And then just when you're ready, switch sides, hugging the left knee in, either right leg straight or right knee can bend if that feels better in your body, putting healthy pressure on the left side digestive tract now. Deep breaths, head and hips are soft, and only when you're ready, right arm can take that left knee then up and over across your body into a twist. Maybe reach to the left or look that way. Take some big breaths. Lingering in that twist on this side for as long as it feels nourishing in your body. Just when you're ready, slowly unwinding, and then take a moment just to pause. Maybe you want to hug knees in, maybe you want to straighten legs out. If you hug your knees in and then grab behind them like I am here, come into a version of happy baby with your feet free so you can circle ankles. And then gently pulling down with your arms as you press back up with your legs. If you can reach your feet, you're welcome to grab them, but you can always just grab behind your knees or grab your calves and rock side to side. And it's a little bit of stretch, a little bit of strength. So as you're pulling gently downward with your arms, you're pressing gently back up with your feet. If you want to bend one heel into your hip center and stretch the other leg out long, you can. Remember, you don't have to grab your feet if you can't easily. Then switch sides if you took that version of the stretch. And then you can switch that up if you want to rock over to one side, so one knee taps down and then stretch the other leg out long. Switch sides of that if you took that variation. Come back through center. Maybe you want to try to stretch both legs out. Again, it's just as much strength as it is stretch, so strong in the legs to really protect. Only stretching them out as far as feels right to you for a couple of big, deep breaths here, not holding the breath. And then maybe you come back to that bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana once more. Soles of the feet together, and hands can become a pillow under your head, or hands to the belly can be nice here. Deep breaths. Invitation is to stay in this shape for as long as it seems to serve you. You could linger in it for quite a while or come out of that shape sooner if you needed to. A simple counter stretch is just to come back up with knees in and feet wide out to the sides. And if you want to come to one last shape here, we'll take bridge pose. So with feet hips distance, walk your arms close together beneath you, shoulders super close underneath you, and then lift the hips. Keep your knees about hips distance and your heart lifting, so you're pressing back down with the arms really firmly into the earth to lift your heart and lengthen your spine. Keep walking the shoulders and arms in closer together beneath you. Take care that there's not any pressure, undue pressure on the neck. Letting the belly drop in, lifting the thighs and the hip bones. Maybe lifting to the toes, breathing here. Lifting the heart, press the upper arms back against the mat and ground. And staying in this bridge pose for as many breaths as you like, lingering there, and just whenever you're ready, gently coming down. And you might like to stretch out long or hug your knees in. Take a few big deep breaths. Maybe you curl up in tight into a little ball for a big breath, and then stretch everything out long into Shavasana. So Shavasana, or corpse pose, or dead man's pose, is typically our final resting shape. You're welcome to rest or move in any other ways that you might need if your body still needs some movements or stretches, or if you want to flip over to your belly or curl over onto one side instead, you're welcome to. Otherwise, stretch really the legs and arms out. Take up space. Get nice and long in your spine and wiggle around everywhere here and there to get as comfortable as you possibly can, to let breath really flow into like all the spaces down your arms and in between your fingers, and soften in between your eyes. You let yourself rest here. Just letting maybe the breeze wash over you, the breath wash over you, each breath like a wave. As you notice your breath again on the tip of your nose, can you even get a sense of it feeling a little cooler as you breathe in than when you breathe out? If your neck feels a little tight still, you could turn your head slowly side to side, or even all the way to one side if that feels better. And stretch your jaw, roll your eyes, breathe and soften into your belly. And maybe you visualize this scene here, this river flowing. Take a moment, maybe with softly closed eyes, to visualize in your mind's eye the river flowing and the clouds moving almost all together. And stay resting just as you are, or it might be nice to rest your hands on your belly, or anytime you like, you could give yourself a little kind of abdominal massage here, palpating. Or rest your hands on your chest and really tune into your breath and some really nourishing energy if you rest your hands on your heart or your belly. And stay still a while longer, or start to move just when you're ready. Be hugging one or both knees in, or bending the knees to rock them side to side. And you could roll over onto one side, perhaps to your right side, resting your head on your bottom arm, and curling up here into this nestled in shape for a handful of breaths. Again, maybe watching on the video the river go by, or closing your eyes and watching in your mind's eye this powerful, massive amount of water and energy. So beautiful. Just breathing into gratitude for living in such a beautiful part of the country. Of course, we all have challenges in our lives and mountains to climb, but we can all come home in this moment to just a big, slow, deep breath. We can come home to ourselves in this breath, in this moment, letting our head and hips and feet and hands and heart to rest heavy. We just breathe, allow ourselves to just be. And really honor ourselves here as well in this really valuable transition from our practice, our time on the mat, to our practice and our time, or the real practice of yoga and meditation, mindfulness, mindful awareness off of the mat, honoring ourselves here in this very restful, purposeful space between. So taking as long to linger here as you like, or as you may need, and just only when you're ready, starting to deepen your breath, lingering at the top of an inhale, letting extra oxygen into your bloodstream, lingering at the bottom of an exhale to cleanse your lungs completely. Only when you're ready, slowly beginning to re-support yourself. Use the strength of your upper body to gently and eventually come all the way back upright. Sit in any way that's comfortable for you. Maybe take some big shoulder rolls, or seated cat and cow, or move or stretch in any other ways that you may need to. Take some deep breaths here and count your blessings. So maybe bring your palms together on your heart center, or maybe bring palms together into prayer at your head or at your heart, and count your blessings here for this breath, for this air, if there's food in your belly, or if you had access to clean water today, if you had a toothbrush, or you have a bed. The big things, the little things, count up all of your blessings, or just say in your mind over and over, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And may the work that we've done here today benefit each of us and all beings everywhere. Peace, peace, peace. Take all the time that you need here to move or stretch in any other ways that you need, or to journal or make mental notes, and really honor yourself in the rest of your evening and week and life. Much love.